Who wants to do a short quiz, little self-review test? I've got 5 questions for you in this video that will make you understand how close or how far away you are from professional or elite athletes. None of them are about fitness or VO2 or talent or FTP. Don't worry about that. But you'll be surprised at some of the questions, and maybe even more surprised by some of your answers. Let's have a go. Okay, let's dive into the video and I'll share with you these 5 points, because what you've got to understand is talent will get us so far. Talent gets you to the door. Once that door opens, there are other attributes that a professional athlete needs to really expand on. Now, the first one is discipline. Now, I don't mean discipline as how well behaved were you at school or college or even in your workplace now. I mean discipline to conquer the monotony, the boredom. Think of yourself in some of your training sessions. Oh, I don't like doing zone 1, zone 2 workouts. They're boring. Stop being a fanny and buckle down to discipline, because you need to understand, what do you need to do today to get to where you're going in the future? Not thinking ahead to the end of the workout. Oh, I'll just listen to some more music, more videos. Oh, I need more cognitive stimulus to get through this workout because it's boring. Or when someone overtakes you on an e-bike maybe, and you don't like it and you chase after them when you're doing that zone 2 workout. A pro is disciplined. They know exactly what they're doing today and how that will all add up and get them towards their goal. Give yourself a score. What do you think your discipline is out of 10? Now, number 2 is consistency, and this leads in from discipline. Sorry about those loud birds, but it's natural that if we are high level discipline, then our consistency grows. Consistency to me is one of the key components. It's not about how well you performed, usually how often, because one thing about an elite athlete, they've got time. Now, we're not talking about any of those aspects. Show me an athlete who's won the Tour de France that trains on 6 hours a week. It doesn't exist. So forget about that, but understand your consistency is really, really important, okay? So if you can train 3 times a week, does it stay 3 times a week? If suddenly you train 6 times a week in one of those weeks, that overload is probably too much for you. So your discipline has gone out the window and you lose consistency maybe the following week or maybe 2 weeks later. So start to give yourself a score for consistency. What is it? Now, the third one is resilience. So 1, 2 and 3 are pretty commonly known. And resilience, I would call your reaction time to adversity. So things go wrong for you, maybe out on a ride, you get a puncture. Oh no, how am I going to fix it? Phone your wife. Come on, really? Do you do that? Please don't comment on that, because some people do. Or phone your husband or partner, whatever it may be. Now, what you got to understand is shit happens to everybody, but there are a bunch of variables that we control and a whole bunch of others that I can't control. The birds singing, the neighbours talking, the drill that's just started, okay? But these variables that you do control, they're precious, okay? They're like gold. You've got to manage them really well. So when shit happens, you deal with it. And that reaction time to adversity is important. It is massively important. We want it as quick as possible. Now, okay, there are huge trauma events happening in people's life all the time, and it may take us time to make that reaction. But try not to fall into the camp of, oh, it always happens to me, oh, this is shit, this is what always... These obstacles that you face, if they are consistent in your life, you need to start to look and become more strategic, try and overcome them, okay? So maybe it is that you're trying too hard. Maybe you've got too many workouts in your program. Maybe you're going too hard. Maybe it's because your discipline is shit, your consistency is poor, that your reaction time to adversity is an excuse. Oh, I knew this would happen. Give yourself a score to your resilience, but also look at how you react to trauma in your life. Now, number 4, this is quite a clever one, and this is what I term our capacity to learn. Now, I'm not sending you back to school again. You had enough trouble with question 1 with discipline, didn't you? Yeah. But our capacity to learn is really important. As we get older, believe it or not, most people have their mindset narrow. They become very fixed on ideas and concepts. You know the type. Maybe you are one. Okay? You've got to be open to learning, to new strategies, because if everything was successful, 1, you wouldn't be listening to this video, but also, it's impossible, okay? Nobody has the correct answer. There's no right all the time. What you've got to do is to try, review, assess and move forward. So if your training at the moment is not working, what is it you need to change? Is it anything to do with points 1, 2 and 3? is your discipline shit? Leads into poor consistency. So actually you don't change, you've been doing it for years. I always get to this point of the year, Scott, with an FTP of this. Why? My weight goes up at this period in the year, every year, there's nothing I can do about it. Liar. There is something you can do about it. So you need to have that broad spectrum of learning and be open to new ideas, okay? Pros move from team to team. They have different focuses. They have different bikes as well, and some of them don't like that. But they've got to be open to new learning. Got it? Give yourself a score. How open-minded are you to that new learning? Okay, number 5. Can you guess what it is? Adaptability. I would call it flexibility, but most people think that's can they touch their toes. No. Adaptability to situations that throw themselves at you. So a little bit like your reaction time to adversity, but more sort of the ability to adapt to bigger concepts, bigger changes in our life all the time. And for a pro, they may even be out on a race and things will change. There'll be a crash, there'll be a change of leadership, there'll be a change of tactics. Somebody may have got the wind direction wrong. What are we like when things don't go to plan for us? Okay, we've set everything out. Have you got that ability to adapt? Instantly, okay? Adapt to the situation, okay? Really change your mindset and just go with it. Because sometimes you've got to remember that human beings, we have a camouflage ability. We like to exist in groups, behave the same way, talk the same way, dress the same way, all through our life, whether it be in work, college, university, a sporting team. We have this identity. Intelligence, you may argue, arrives on people when they realise, do you know what? What I'm doing here in this group is shit. I need to progress myself. I'm not happy here. And we have the skills, really, but sometimes not the confidence, to move on to another group, maybe to aspire to a group that brings better things out of us. Maybe that's you, maybe that's your training, maybe you've just been doing something for the sake of doing it, because that's what we always did. That's what someone told me to do. You need to be adaptable, you need to be flexible. Give yourself a score out of 10, and you can actually look at your life in general, what you like at work, with your friends and your family. Are you somebody who can go with a new idea? Think about it. Okay folks, you've given yourself a score out of 50, haven't you? I think if you're over 35 out of 50, 10 being the highest of each one, you're doing pretty damn well. But look at the areas, there's probably one that scored a lot lower than all the others. Let's say it's discipline. That's an easy thing to change, isn't it? What you do is you take your ego, okay, you pull it out and you fucking throw it away. Right? You throw it away or you bury it and you hide it and you say, I'm going to come back and get you in 6 months' time. I'll dig you up and I'll put you back in my pocket. Because that's the thing that's costing you. Why? It seems a bit crazy. But anyway, you can go through them all. This video is quite short. You can get a longer version of this because I did a little longer talk in my live chat. I'll put a link in the description because some people put a card or something, but I don't know how to do that, okay? That's a new skill that I'll learn. Hey folks, I got to get back to wiping down the bike. You should do that every day. Why is it on the stand? Get to the chain. Why is it in the garden? Well, because the other side of the camera is a shithole. I mean, you know I've been doing gardening if you've been following me. I'll share the project once I've finished, but oh my God, yes. You'd be embarrassed if you saw what I can see right now. But anyway, look, you take care, keep smiling, give the video a thumbs up. Those 5 points have helped you. If you want to hear more of this sort of nonsense, get involved in the live stream every Monday night. And hey, leave a comment and I'll be sure to answer to you. You stay safe, keep smiling, keep spinning. And remember, anyone can train hard. It's only a few of us can train smart.